I'm lucky to know Georgia. I met her through the Siouxland Samplers Quilt Guild in Sioux City, probably about 8 or 9 years ago. She and her daughter joined, and they were so excited about quilting, mainly to make charity quilts, to give to disadvantaged children and children that are going through tough times. Georgia's a real giving person, and she likes nothing better than to make little children happy or adults happy. Last year, when Georgia was 89 and very ill, she had to go to a nursing home and leave her apartment for a couple of months. And instead of feeling sorry for herself, she wanted to keep busy. So she started making crocheted bags out of yarn that the nursing home residents could use on their walkers so they could carry things with them and didn't have to use the plastic grocery bags. Well, then she remembered the children at the Shriners Hospital. It's the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital in Dallas. It's an orthopedic hospital, and the children come and go and they have surgery, and many of them have walkers. So she decided to put purpose to her life and make some really pretty little things that she could send to these children. She had been there years ago when her daughter was a patient there, and she had seen the children and how courageous they were. And Georgia got a letter from the hospital recently at how much appreciated these bags were, and she wanted to send a package off and make sure the children had them for Easter. Georgia has tremors that she would require surgery for, or some pretty serious medication for, and she just doesn't feel that she's a candidate for those things at her late age. But she's found after crocheting for many hours that the tremors are lessened. She told me she spends at least 4 or 5 hours a day crocheting, and that doesn't count the time she spends going to buy yarn. She says she gets as much out of this as the children do. Here's an example of the pretty work that Georgia does. She likes all of them to be different. She embroiders, she crochets, and she buys the nicest buttons she can find. Here's another example of a project Georgia designed and made to give out. These were intended for the homeless individuals at the warming shelter. I was surprised to get a call from Georgia recently. She doesn't call me for help very often, but she needed my help. She wanted to hem some sheets for the local warming shelter. She'd heard a story that they were turning Sioux City residents away during a cold spell because there just wasn't enough cots and beds for them. So she decided to take her Christmas money that she had personally received and go to a sale at a local department store and buy the nicest flannel sheets she could find and hem them herself and donate them to the warming shelter. I said, I have friends, we have sewing machines, we'll get together and we'll help you with your project.
I received a call asking if we could use sheets, and we said most definitely we could use them because of the bunk beds and the mattresses. And a short time later, I received a call and saying that the sheets were ready and when could we drop them off. The sheets are important to our residents because it creates a more home-like environment for the people there. For the time before that, we'd give them comforters or blankets to sleep on, but essentially they'd sleep right on the bare surface of the cot. When we received our bunk beds that had mattresses on them, with the sheets we were able to put the sheets on the bed and on the mattresses and make them seem a little bit more like home. And for the people that are there that have absolutely nothing, it brought home the fact that somebody out there really cares about them and wants them to have a good life and a good future. If Georgia were here today, I would just say thank you for the warmth of your heart and for thinking of people that probably you'll never see, that can never pay you back or thank you.
I know she's loved at her church and places she's worked. She'd been a nurse in Sioux City. She'd taught Sunday school. Just a wonderful wife and mother, and someone who her whole life gave back to the community. She's an inspiration. She doesn't want to take credit for all of the good things that she does, but I said, for example, like the warming shelter project wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't have been for her. She's the one that got the whole thing going. So I love talking to her. I love hearing her stories, and she's an inspiration to me and all of my friends to use our talents and our time to help other people.